Well, hello. Welcome to probably the most unusual tarot reading you're going to get on the internet or anywhere else. This is the Tao Manifesting Tarot. It has one job and one job only: help you manifest, help you create the pictures inside your head. Don't depend on a computer, don't depend on a desktop, laptop, smartphone, AI, any of that crap. God gave you a gift that is your kryptonite in the world. And you use it, mostly negatively, but you use it. My job is to inspire you to use it positively, to create the good pictures inside of your head. So every day I take 3 cards because there is a special spiritual significance to the number 3 that even Nikola Tesla himself recognized. So just 3 cards, a very simple, clear, concise reading. You will know what the energy is. That's important. Because from my experience, tarot does not predict anything. Once in a while it gets lucky, but that's not tarot's job. Tarot's job is to take a look at potential. It's the science of potential, your potential. That's why your ability to manifest is so critical. That's why I take it so seriously. I also, by the way, I've done tarot for over 20 years, so I have some experience with it. Over 50 years, I've done numerology and astrology. And you will see me add those in from time to time where it applies. And the reason I add in the astrology and the numerology is because it adds a foundation. It's like you're drawing a picture. The background, if it's a seascape, will be something to do with the sea. If it's a farm scene, it'll have something to do with the farm. If it's a city drawing, it'll have something to do with the city. You'll see those things in the background. Well, that's exactly the reason why I use numerology and astrology, because they are the science of cycles. Cycles within cycles within cycles within cycles. We think every generation, I did when I was young, oh man, ain't nobody know what we know. We got all kinds of surprises for them. We're going to show them things they've never seen before. Bullshit. They've seen it before many times throughout human history, in fact. Nothing new under the sun. That's what I was told as a kid, and it turns out as an old man I realized it's true. No surprises. We've been there. We may not have physically been there before, but as a species, we've been there before. Good, bad, indifferent, doesn't make any difference. Cycles. So I take these cycles, I bring them up to the current time so that you can understand the feeling. For example, the planets Pluto and Uranus. Pluto means evolution. Uranus means revolution. Those 2 planets were touching back 250 years ago when the United States began. Declaration of Independence that day, boom, they were right there. Guess what? They're there again. In essentially the same spot. And look what's going on. We got a revolution, we got an evolution, we have civil war, we have all kinds of things breaking out. Speaking of the civil war, we have something that we're going to be kind of working with in that regard as well. And that's another planetary energy, but we'll get to that down the road. The point is I want you to learn to manifest positively, to make your life stronger, to reach in, get that kryptonite, to be inspired. That's the whole point of this thing. It's not here just to see me jaw. I'm here to convey a message. And today's message is focus. Focus. That's what they had to do back in the Revolutionary War. It was just as messy then as it is today. I mean, when we're taught about revolution, we go, oh, well, everybody was pulling to leave Britain and to establish independence. No, not true. About half the population wanted to stay with the British. Half the population wanted to leave. It was messy, it was ugly, it divided families, friendships, all kinds of things, just like they did. People argued over bullshit that didn't matter really in the context of the situation, but they had to do it anyway, just like we are. So right now, and I will tell you why when we get to the astrology portion of this, it's important for you to focus. That's the big deal. But let's get to the reading. I said 3 cards. You're seeing here on your screen 3 empty slots for 3 cards. We're going to be filling them in. We're going to be giving you the tarot version in this tarot reading, which I think is probably very important when you think about it. And even if you don't think about it, I think it's still pretty doggone important that we do that. So that's what we're doing. Here you see the setup. We got the karmic message explaining the 3 cards. I try to keep it simple, basic. I know there are people who are astrologers and numerologists and tarot people go, oh, well, you're missing all the detail. I'm doing it purposely. If I can tell you what the energy was back in the past and then bring that energy to the forward to right now, it will tell you more than all my mouth stuff. And one of the problems with astrology, numerology, and tarot, talk too much and don't make it clear. They confuse you. I'm not here to do that. So here we go. We got them set up. Let's get to them. First card, 4 of Cups. As you see from the card, this guy is getting a blessing. It's that cloud with the chalice thing. Yeah. He's getting a blessing. The universe is saying, good on you. He's not paying any attention. He didn't give a damn. Didn't care less. He's completely disinterested. He's bored. He's disconnected. And because cups are emotion, it doesn't have to be romance, they are emotion, he's connected from himself. He's disconnected from himself. He can't feel anything for himself or anybody. He's lost. Take a look at the world around us right now. People are really disconnected from their humanity. So the first card here says, tell you what, why don't you pay attention to your blessings? They're here. I know, you got to dig a little, but that's the part of being human that really makes it all worthwhile in the end. Next card, we got the Hierophant. The Hierophant, it's the church, it's society, it's government, it's people telling you what to do. It's the basic system, it's the structure. And the system right now is showing how vile and disgusting and rotten and satanic it is. You got a bunch of billionaires who want to get rid of us. They've told us that. I mean, Bill Gates said back about 10 or 15 years ago in an interview, well, we could eliminate 15% of the people with vaccines. Isn't it interesting that 4 or 5 years ago, that was exactly kind of sort of what happened. And if you follow the people who keep the numbers of people who are dying, those are the people who keep the numbers, the actuaries for the insurance companies and for the coroners, embalmers. They're seeing a tremendous rise in deaths, especially in the young. And at this point, anybody I see in the news that dies of unidentified causes, they vaxxed. Because that's one of the side effects. It's been proven. And in fact, the government now has gone to the internet, and at the government site, they've explained this whole scam that we've been living under for 4 or 5 years. And it's going to come back. Be ready. It's going to come back. So what the Hierophant says is you have to take the time to lead. Not everybody. Lead yourself. Pay attention. Focus. Like I said in the beginning, they're going to throw stuff at you that you cannot believe and that you shouldn't believe. But you have to be awake. You have to be focused enough to be able to understand that difference and the importance of it. Next card, 4 of Pentacles. Pentacles are our value system. What do we value? Well, we've been trained like chimpanzees to value things. Why? Because the people who run the world have a lot of things. So they're going to slant the board and they're going to make you value things. That gives them all the power. Now, what's called for is you have to be the Hierophant. You got to take charge in your life. You got to take the lead in your life. You got to start thinking. You got to take responsibility. That connects you back to yourself. That resolves the 4 of Cups. You are reconnected. You do have the strength, the focus, the time to take the lead. Now, your value system has to be solid. Hang on to your values, not the ones that they tell you, but the ones that your spirit tells you that you need to have. Happiness, joy, friendship, love, health. Hey, how about peace? Is that worth a couple of bucks or so, huh? And remember, when you work in that job, and fewer of us are, especially with robots coming, but with you working at that job, all the time that you work, that's time in your life you're never going to get back again. If you hate your job, you're absolutely pissing away your life. you're busy. You're not going to get the time back. You're not going to get the time with the kids, the wife, the people who you love. You're not going to do the things that you got because I'm working for the person who's rigged the game. So you have to reconnect with yourself by taking charge and then hanging on to your value system that will come from that. You'll see it. You'll see it. Let's get to the karmic stuff, the deja vu stuff, the astrology stuff. Coming up in June. In fact, you're probably kind of feeling it already. But coming up in June, prepare for a cosmic alarm awakening. That's because the planet Saturn, the planet Uranus, the planet Neptune are all going to meet essentially in the very early degrees of Aries. 0, 1, 2 degrees of Aries. When they all meet up like that, that's real powerful. That's a lot of energy being concentrated. But those three being together, concentrated together, have a very nice relationship with Pluto. It's called a sextile. And that creates a great energy flow. Now, don't be necessarily optimistic about it. Just because I said it creates great energy, it can be good energy, bad energy, and it's going to materialize differently in everybody's life depending on how those planets fit in your chart. But with Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune together, that's always, whoa, whoa. You're busting loose, but you don't know where, and you don't know if what you're doing, it's the energies are fighting one another, although they have a nice aspect with Pluto. So what you should do with this energy flow, expect profound changes and understandings. Oh, life's going to change. Buckle up, bucko. You have no choice but to take care of it like that. So, we got the idea. You got to wake up. You got to focus. You got to pay attention. This is a time to clean it up. No fooling. That planetary stuff I just said, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune with Pluto, you got no choice. Either you're gonna get it done or it's going to get done to you. No choice. So that's the reason why it's so very, very, very important that you do that kind of stuff. So that's it for the reading this time around. I thank you very much for your time, your interest, and for checking in. I appreciate it because we're always battling with the people who run the internet. If you say anything that they consider any bit shaky, and they make this stuff up, they pull it out of their ass. But if they do any of that stuff, right away you start to see your numbers change on the internet. I have a lot of friends who do a lot of different podcasts and are noticing the same thing. They're messing with us. They're not saying a word about it. They're being very quiet, but very deceptive. So please help me and other podcasters out as well. Like and subscribe whenever you feel inclined. Like and subscribe. It helps us play the numbers game with the people who play with the numbers. Like and subscribe. Thank you very much. So that's it for the reading. Back again tomorrow with another Tau manifested reading. Hope you're here with me. I'm here every single day, 365. So between now and the next time you and I manifest together, peace and blessings.